Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Conan Exiles. So there's been a bit of development since the last episode. Specifically, I've spent some time working on our map room. Let me just take us around and have a look at this. The other big thing is I finally made a respec potion and we've respec'd. So we have a tier 2 base running all. In fact, let's go outside and I can show that off. We have a tier 2 base running all the way around, which should be strong enough to protect from anything that comes along and tries to attack it. And this is nice and sturdy, but it took a lot of materials to try and put together. I'm not too keen on the T2 aesthetic though. That's foundations and then fences, or fence foundations just in front. So I've left the top as T1. I think that looks a lot better. I've done it like a little bit of a crown, so we've got bits sticking out over here, and we've got a nice closed off roof just inside, using the sneaky tip that my brother told me about the various different support struts up there. As far as our attributes go, because we took a yellow lotus potion, I've been able to rebalance things so that they're a lot more reasonable. We've gone for 20 in strength and agility at the moment, so we've got extra damage when we're fighting things that are crippled or bleeding or anything like that. We've got the falling damage being halved, and with vitality being at 20 as well, all temperature effects will be diminished. That's going to help us a lot when we're either like pushing into the desert or pushing to the volcano or crossing the bridge or anything like that. So where are we with things that we want to do? Well, this place is done. There is the problem every now and then as things load in, various ceiling bits will vanish. So I'm going to have to rebuild those as time goes on. I'm going to leave them for the moment because that's not important. But what we want is, you see I've got Vapnir there. I want to get archers dotted all around each of these places and then fighters dotted all around the base so that this place is nice and defended. We've got a good number of fighters over here. In fact, let's take you. We're going to move you and put you just down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in line with these bits so that they'll be providing periodic defense all the way around. We'll need 6 of them in total. So we're going to go and get some archers and fighters, and that's what we're going to be doing right this moment. I'm not carrying a huge amount of stuff, and I do have spare materials left over for more T2 building, should we want it. The other thing that we want to keep our eyes peeled for is level 3 or 4 alchemists, and eventually we're going to be building more blacksmithing areas, so that sorry, not just blacksmithing areas, more armorers benches, so that we can set up a nice varied selection of things for elite and superior types of armor basically. Now, I did just cycle the server because it needed an update, so it could be that nothing spawned it. No, there is wolves. Okay. I was just feeling a little bit apprehensive that there wasn't anything that I could see around that area. Ah, yeah, there's someone up here. Okay. You know, you charge into an area, you're expecting a fight, and there's no one there. It makes you worry. It's only an Archer 1. Don't care enough about him. So he's dead. That bearer's going to die as well. That's a fighter 2, don't care. That's a fighter 1, don't care. These guys are going to die relatively easily, but that's also going to give us an option to replace steel bars and other things that we've been expending. It's always good to stock up. You know, use a little bit of oyster flesh as well. That's it's never going to hurt. Carrying some fish at the moment. I've got a whole bunch cooking up back at base, so that when we do catch people, we can just take them straight back and drop them off. In fact, let's grab the aloe, because the other thing I want to start doing is thinking about how we're going to actually face the dude in the Black Keep. So with our various feats and things, I've left us a load of points available. I respect, so I've only got the ones selected that we're actually using. So all the old weapons, they're no longer selected. Other things that we're just not dealing with are gone. Blunted arrows. We never actually made any of those. And just the ones that I care about for the moment. I'm probably going to select razor arrows at some point, but hardened steel arrows are only 3 levels away. So I'm also tempted to just wait and see how that goes. Right. So, eating fish to keep our regeneration up. Having rebalanced our stats, we do have a lot more health and damage output. So, combat in itself should be a bit easier. Oh, jeez. I mean, things still jump around all over the place. The game does struggle a little bit. And it doesn't help that I'm running the server and trying to record on the same machine. And personally, I think it should be able to handle that. My machine is pretty powerful. But with it being so warm here in London, yeah, the heat wave's back. It makes it a little bit difficult to say, oh yeah, that's totally fine. It's not like we're low on fish for regenerating. So we're looking for 3s and 4s as far as archers and fighters go. Named is obviously better. And if we see a decent alchemist, we'll grab them as well. Right, let's let our stamina regen a little bit. And we'll see who's up here. Now, I'm not going to go all the way over to Sephora place that Greg introduced us to last time. Man, just cut him right in two there. Because that's a long way to go. I'd rather get people close to home if possible. And there should be some decent people here. We've seen decent people in the past. The archers will probably be the most difficult ones to get just because they're not going to come towards us while everyone else is. We'll grab the fur as well. So coming out without carrying much stuff is going to give us a lot more options for what we bring back. You guys seeing me? Yeah, it looks like one of them's a 3. Oh, it's a 2. Don't care. They're both 2s. Twos are not good enough and not worth us wasting our time on. Any more for any more? Okay, let's have a look inside. No one in here. So we'll just grab the materials. In fact, so only ironhead arrows. Ah, are you a 2 or a 3 or what? It's a 2. So we'll kill them for good measure. Not the most efficient way of murdering people, but it's gonna work. Ooh, a spare pickaxe. Don't really care enough about it. Hardened steel hammer, we've got a couple of those back at base. We can't make hardened steel tools yet. That's going to be level 50 before we can do anything worthwhile on that side. Carpenter 1. Fighter 2. None of these are worth our time to drag back. But they are worth looting. Truncheon's kind of funny. We'll eat his mushroom. Nom 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 nom. And I think we'll go around this way this time. Lots of steel. That's what we're getting. Loads of steel. Ironhead arrows. Don't care. Do not care about ironhead arrows. Keep ourselves hydrated. It's always a good plan. I really want better fighters than these. Ooh, that was a little bit of a frame glitch there. Right, let's get back to a reasonable Carpenter 1. $17 steel bars. What's Carpenter doing with that many steel bars? Right, that's that armor dude. Okay. One of these might be a 3. Nope, both 2s. Disappointing. Nope, someone behind us. Right, that's one bleeding. Let's just play keep away with these for a moment while our stamina comes back. Right, all dead. Okay. Steel and oil. There was oil on one of these. There you are. I mean, oil's not hard for us to come by. And more steel on this lady's butt. So there's a performer in there, and someone else. Let's go in with this. Just a fighter 1. Entertainer 1. Sound always goes a bit weird in here. And another fighter 1. All right, let's murder these guys. I could do it with my fists, but better to do it this way. And this is all getting us experience, of course. So we're getting closer to level 50. But I really had hoped we would find someone worth bringing back by this point. Yeah, don't care about any of that stuff you're carrying. More steel, don't care about the spear. Okay, right. Let's have a look and see who you are. Just an armor 1, alright. You know what? That's not worth engaging at that close range. The lock-on in this game leaves a lot to be desired. Sometimes it causes you so much trouble. And there is a chest in here, alright. Don't care about any of that. That is not useful for us at all. One of the things that I was thinking of doing as well is working on making some steel fire so that we can make dragon powder, so we can get some functional war paints going. Be quite the investment of materials in order to get something effective. But I think it'd be worth it. Alchemist 1. And an Alchemist 2. We've already got an Alchemist 2, so we don't care about either of those. How disappointing. Well, we've got 112 steel bars, so it's not a bad run, but it's not the grand haul that I was hoping for. Mostly because I was hoping for a haul of people. I mean, you do what you can with these things, right? There's definitely a 3 in there. Right, one down. That one's nearly gone. Okay, there's the 3 gone. And the Taskmaster is down. So we'll kill the spares and we'll take that fighter 3 back to base. Yeah, jeez, oh my word. Just get him dead, right. That's the fighter 3. Where's the... That's the fighter 2. Slightly more efficient killing them that way around. Oh, that is very weird for the body. We'll use the spiced slivers. And come with me, fighter 3. You're not going to be amazing, but you'll be good enough. Good enough for some defense backup base. Yeah, I honestly thought we would have got at least another one by this point. So, quite surprising. Still, we'll run back, we'll drop them off, and we'll come back quickly. I don't need to get the actual Wheel of Pain going just yet. Although I could drop the fish that I'm carrying on it. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Luckily, the run back itself is actually quite fast. I've also put some points into accuracy, so we'll not quite be pathetic with a bow. Yet to actually test it out. I mean, I started this episode straight after respecking, so who knows if it's actually going to be any good or not, but the option is there for us to at least fight with a bow and arrow. Look at this. Doesn't it look cool? I love how this has turned out. It almost looks like a Colosseum. And the crown on the top just really sets it off. Okay, up, dodge you, and in. Let's put 20 of these in. That'd be 2 hours worth. Yeah, that's plenty to start off with. Manos the Handful, of course, being our taskmaster. It's working hard. Now the materials that go into the map room are probably about equivalent to the materials that I ended up needing to surround it. One thing I was thinking that we could do, not today, but for the future, is prepare another couple of map rooms and drop them off at various obelisks or near the obelisks. Build like little mini camps, just so that we've got a fast travel option around the map between them. Because I don't mind running back from somewhere like the Barrow King. That is not too difficult to do, but running back all the way from all the other places, it can take a long time. Especially if we go like all the way over here to the Dragon's Eye and Buccaneer Bay. Buccaneer Bay, brilliant for getting gold and bits of the Scourge Stone and stuff like that, but it's just such a pain in the ass to come back from. It takes so long. Right, Wolf did get angry with us, but I think it then lost interest. So we're probably okay. That's an archer just out there. Given how quickly he was dying, I wasn't worried about him being a good archer. Archer 2. Alchemist 2, not good enough. Oops. Did not want that. Hardened steel sword could be interesting. Light dye colorant. Probably more useful to us. Iron bar, oil. I could have dropped off all the bits and bobs while we were back, but we've got so much carrying capacity. It's a non-issue. Ooh, John the Tinkerer. Okay. He's a smelter. Named smelter. Probably not actually that beneficial. Let's turn off that lock. Okay, you're coming back with me, mate. What else have we got? Just a blacksmith one. Yeah, we'll come back and we'll kill them later. But yay, a named smelter. Now, smelters, obviously, because they don't actually have anything they can craft, is not going to be as good as, for instance, a named fighter in terms of usefulness. But still having a level 4 smelter is going to be good for us. Angry wolf behind us. We'll just keep running for a bit. And at some point they will catch up with us, they'll make it back to base, and then they'll get absolutely murdered by our thralls. But it's all good fun. Although anytime like the T2 stuff takes damage, it takes so much to repair it. Like the tiniest bit of damage, and you can't just patch it up. You actually need materials for it, and T2 materials take a lot. Alright, just a little bit farther, and we can drop this guy off and then get straight back on in. In you go. Happy as pie. I'm going to have to make more armor for all these people that I'm getting, of course. Right, so dye colorants, dye goes in there. Steel bar, iron bar. The rest will hold on to. It's not taking up much weight. How's this going? I set a ton of iron smelting up before, because we've got a smelter 2, which is not bad. And we've got a smelter 1. We're going to swap the smelter 1 across, of course. But we can put these iron bars in and potentially get them... Well... No, we should probably hold on to them so that we can make steel with them and then harden steel with them. Because we could make iron reinforcements, but we've got a lot of iron reinforcements already. I know, let's make more iron reinforcements. It's not going to hurt. We can always get more steel. Right, let's take out 100 of those. 495, and that'll leave us with 100 bars left over. That's fine. I think that's perfectly okay. So there's been a patch as well. That's important to state. They've released more DLC stuff, new buildings. The Jewel of the East, I think it was, that they've set loose on the world, which is great and all. And everyone loves DLC. Everyone loves new visual options and things like that. But they're still not fixing the actual problems with the game. Just poked him in the nose. Doggo dead. Yeah, they're still not fixing the actual problems with the game, which is a bit of a disappointment and also a bit of a worry, because the game's been out for quite a while, and major bugs. They're repeatable. It should be possible to find out why they're happening and what's going on with them. And things like the lock-on issue where it goes crazy. That's been commented on, reported on so many times, and different ways that it can actually be replicated. So why has nothing been done about it? unless it's too difficult of a problem to fix, which is entirely possible. But I've not seen any comments of, "Oh, we're aware of this, but it's really hard to do." I am worried that the game's at the point where they're more interested in... which way am I going? There you are. More interested in getting people buying DLC and getting a bit more money out of it. Because it's not a subscription game, of course. There's no model for making more money out of it once it's live, other than releasing DLCs for things for people to do. And fundamentally, they can't change the game with that. Right, who are you? Just a fighter one. I really want someone who's just a bit better, like much better. So people are respawning by the looks of it, so we can have another pass through. Steel bar, cool. Either of you interesting? I don't think so. You're a 2. You're a 2. Yeah, for the north, you die. What do we got? We got hardened steel arrows. Love them. Love them so much. Yeah, let's kill the blacksmiths from before. Otherwise they're just going to sit unconscious on the floor. At least this one we're not walking over. Ironhead don't really care. Ooh, he seems angry. Grab the steel. It's possible. It's possible. It's unlikely though. I'm not planning on going to Valhalla. Okay, are you interesting? Nope, just a fighter 1. Well, you can just die then. Not even got anything for me to steal. Full of disappointment. We do have a chest, a hardened steel pick. I mean, I love my pickaxe. I'll take the hardened steel bar though. Yeah, I love my pickaxe for being able to be used on so many different things. I think even when I get hardened steel tools available, I'm not really going to switch away from it. So, the priest and then, yeah, the priest's friend just there. Archer 3, right, definitely getting this one. Plus he stuck me with an arrow. It's kind of annoying, but thankfully we can just extract it and get on our way. Right, let's hurry on back. Luckily this guy was actually quite close to the start. So between him and Vapnir, that's 2 archers out of the 6 that we'll want. It's not completely terrible. And we've got 1 fighter, so that'll be 2 out of the 6 fighters that we want around the base. So generally going, securing is going quite well. Obviously I'm concerned about the purge, given it destroyed our previous base. But thankfully we haven't lost anything in this one yet. And I'm hoping that when the next purge is triggered, we're around to actually like lend a hand and defend. And this time I'm actually bothering to get decent thralls. Now, where are we going? There. It's all loading in. Good, good, good. Off onto there. And grab some more food. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, seeing as we're back. We've been recording for about 30 minutes. So I'm probably going to finish this episode in just a moment. Let me just plonk him down. So we've got 3 people in there. Let's go grab some fish, get them all stocked up, and then we'll be ready to go. Now, probably before the next episode, I'm going to grab some more folks, get them going. It is a little bit of a disadvantage only having space for 4, but unfortunately that's the nature of the game. You can't have everything that you want. Let's skip some of this area out. Dodge roll, and drop off more food than these guys are ever going to want to eat. That's 42 hours of fish. 42 hours of fish for John the Tinkerer, Nordheimer Archer 3, and Nordheimer Fighter 3. Okay, well, I'm going to drop off the rest of my stuff in various boxes and things. As I said, we're not going to be upgrading the top part of this to T2. I'm going to keep it as T1. I quite like the aesthetic of it. But we are probably going to build more armorers benches and try and get more armorers. Because at the moment, we've only got this blacksmith. Sorry, not this blacksmith. What am I talking about? Let's head up here. As far as the armorers go, we've only got this Zamorian Armorer 2, so not exactly great as far as expanding our potential options there goes. But that will be something for another time. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you should do so, and you'll be told when the episodes go live in the future, or when we're live streaming, which is on Mondays. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Conan Exiles. See you soon.